for a limited time, $1 gets you full access to all the automotive industry news and content CBTnews.com has to offer. CBT News. Subscribe today.
Hi, it's Steve Greenfield from Automotive Ventures, and welcome back to the latest episode of the Future of Automotive on CBT News, where we put recent automotive and mobility news items into context in terms of the broader thematic areas that will potentially impact the industry. I'm glad that you could join us. On this week's episode, I want to dig into how Tesla is wielding their industry-leading profit margins as a weapon to dramatically drop vehicle prices, and we explore the downstream effect that this will have on both the legacy automakers and the overall industry. So with that, let's get started. As reported on one of our previous segments, Tesla's profit margins are significantly higher than its rivals, both in terms of gross and net profit. The simple truth is that Tesla earns far more money for every vehicle it sells than any of its global rivals. For example, Tesla earned over $15,000 in gross profit per vehicle sold in the third quarter of 2022, more than twice as much as Volkswagen, 4 times the comparable figure at Toyota, and 5 times more than Ford. How is Tesla able to build such strong profit margins into their business model? Tesla has been maniacally focused on vertically integrating their supply chain and taking out costs. And the company's cost cutting is expected to continue. At Tesla's recent Investor Day, CEO Elon Musk told shareholders that Tesla expects to cut existing manufacturing costs in half, particularly through an updated set of manufacturing processes and through its next generation vehicle platform planned for production at its gigaplant in Mexico. Musk has for years teased the world with his dream of an affordable electric car. However, he said last year that he shelved the plan for a $25,000 car known as the Model 2, as he hasn't mastered the new battery technology that he has stated would be crucial to produce the cheap vehicle model. A little less believable at this year's investor conference was the announcement that in the next decade, Tesla hopes to reach an annual production capacity of 20 million units, which is far higher than the 1.3 million units sold in 2022. But I believe that expanding into the mass market with a dramatically lower priced vehicle will be critical to meeting Tesla's goal to increase vehicle deliveries 15 or 20-fold to 20 million by 2030. That scale of production, if it's ever able to be achieved, could help Tesla unlock vehicles with sub $30,000 sticker prices, comparable to traditional gas cars such as the Toyota Corolla. Additionally, this would help increase mainstream electric vehicle adoption in general, as more and more consumers would be able to afford the lower priced Tesla models. How have the legacy automakers responded to Tesla's dramatically higher profit margins? Ford CEO Jim Farley has noted that Ford needs to cut $2,000 per vehicle out of selling and distribution costs to be competitive with Tesla and other EV startups that sell directly to consumers. All of these legacy OEMs should be concerned. Tesla's able to use their superior profitability as a weapon in an EV price war that may have just begun. In the United States, where federal subsidies have recently boosted EV sales only modestly, Tesla has cut car prices 6 times so far this year, which has dragged on their margins. And just this week, immediately before their Q1 2023 earnings call, Tesla once again cut prices. As a result of these aggressive price cuts, the company's margins are coming back down to earth, although they're still higher than those of their competitors. Tesla's price cuts combined with rising costs eroded its gross margin on cars from just below 30% to a little over 18% over the past 12 months. Tesla said its operating margin was 11.4% in this latest 3-month period, which is down from 16% last quarter and 19.2% a year earlier. Free cash flow for the company has dramatically fallen 80% over the last year. So why is Tesla continuing to drop prices so aggressively? Aggressive price cuts are meant to both spur demand for their vehicles in amongst the sagging economy, but also fend off rising competition. We've mentioned before on this segment that we're expecting to see more than 150 new EV models hit the market over the next 2 years. Tesla is effectively sending a warning shot across the bows of the legacy automakers that they are comfortable eroding their profit margins to keep their vehicles very competitive versus these new entrants' offerings. How would you feel right now if you were GM or Ford on the cusp of launching a slew of new EV models, knowing that Tesla was willing to drop prices so dramatically? Tesla is playing a combination of both offense and defense. They do have an aging model lineup. Remember that the Model S is essentially hasn't changed now in 11 years, and they are about to face serious competition with this new onslaught of EV models that are going to be coming to market over the next 2 years. Even before pricing competition, many EV competitors like Rivian and Lucid are already struggling to turn a profit. And we recently saw that Ford's EV division, named Ford Model E, is expected to lose $3 billion this year alone. Finally, in addition to these dramatic price cuts, Tesla is one of the main beneficiaries of the new federal EV tax incentive of up to $7,500 per vehicle. Remember that under the previous version of the incentive, Tesla lost their eligibility back in 2020 after they reached its quota of 200,000 vehicles sold. The US Treasury just released an updated list of vehicles that qualify for the new EV incentive, which requires North American vehicle assembly and battery sourcing from the US or its free trade partners. Tesla's Model Y qualifies for the full $7,500 for all versions under last year's Inflation Reduction Act, while the base Model 3 sedan only qualifies for $3,750 because it uses cells from China. The Model 3 Performance trim qualifies for the full $7,500 because it uses locally sourced cells from Panasonic. Whereas Tesla's Model S sedan and Model X crossover don't qualify at all because their sticker prices exceed the new rules price caps. Tesla has the profit margins to be a very annoying fly in the ointment to many of the legacy automakers' EV strategies over the coming years. So with that, let's transition to our companies to watch. Every week, we highlight interesting companies in the automotive technology space to keep an eye on. If you happen to read my monthly industry intel report, which you can subscribe to for free, I showcase a few companies each month. And we take the opportunity here on this segment to share some of those companies each week with you. Today, we have two companies to watch, Akra and Titan Advanced Energy Solutions. Our first company to watch this week is Akra. Akra is a centralized management platform, one single place for parking lot operators to log in to conduct all of their tasks. Akra reduces the amount of time it takes to manage current sales channels and makes it painless to scale with new ones so that you can sell more parking spots for higher yield. The reason that I love Akra is they help parking operators maximize yield of their assets by breaking down data silos and synchronizing their consumer demand channels. You can check out Akra at www.getakra.com. Our second company to watch this week is Titan Advanced Energy Solutions. Titan uses ultrasound on lithium-ion batteries to provide intelligence on any battery's state of health, capacity, and state of charge at any stage of its life in real time. They provide all of this in a matter of seconds versus hours. This gives manufacturers, EV and consumer electronics companies, maintenance professionals, second life integrators, and recyclers a powerful tool for battery management. The reason that I love Titan is that by using advanced signal processing and machine learning, they can observe the degradation of lithium-ion batteries on a cycle-by-cycle basis, giving insight to EV manufacturers and battery manufacturers on how to maximize the capacity, longevity, and safety of their batteries and battery-powered products. You can check out Titan Advanced Energy Solutions at www.titanaes.com. So that's it for this week's Future of Automotive segment. If you're an auto tech entrepreneur working on a solution that helps car dealerships, we want to hear from you. We are actively investing out of our new dealer fund. If you're a dealer who wants to invest in early stage auto tech companies that benefit your business, let me know. We are still accepting new investors into the dealer fund, but we'll be conducting the final close of the fund at the end of April. If you're interested in joining our investment club to make direct investments into auto tech and mobility startups with small checks, please join the club. There's no obligation to start seeing our deal flow, and we continue to have attractive investment deals available to our members. And don't forget to check out my new book, The Future of Automotive Retail, which is now available on Amazon.com. Thank you for tuning into CBT News for this week's Future of Automotive segment, and we'll see you next week.
Join the #1 most watched newscast in the automotive industry. CBT News. Subscribe today.